It don't look like I'm in prison.
Yeah.
I got my $5 headphones on, which they're not hooked up. They was to the computer, but it was in black and white. I couldn't do that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
All right. I want to thank everybody for tuning in for episode four. So this is actually week 3 of the NFL. I got Coach here. This week, Coach, I've looked at it for 3 days now, and there's some tough picks to make this week. Um, I'm gonna be honest. I'm probably not gonna pick half the games. In looking at some of them, I just don't know how they're gonna go.
Yeah. You got injuries now. We've seen people play. And it is some good matchups this week. So it's definitely gonna be. It's getting tougher to pick, obviously. But in Vegas has seen them too. So then the point spreads are tougher. You know, they make more
Yes,
sense. So
it's and there's a few teams I don't know if they're good, and there's a few teams I don't know if they're bad. And so I'm gonna actually start a little later down the list because I want to talk about the Texans. They are +4 against Pittsburgh, but I don't think they're bad. They played the Chiefs and they played the Ravens. That's two best teams in the AFC.
if you were doing if this was college football, they would have played number one and number two.
Yes,
You know what I mean? And they're 0-2, but you played number one and number two. I mean,
yes,
and then, now you're looking at probably another top 10 team in Pittsburgh.
exactly.
So
So, and that's where my dilemma is because I'm like, do I take the Steelers who are 2-0, or do I say, man, the Texans played the best two teams? And one of my friends' argument is the Texans didn't look good in those games. But I'm like, but are the other teams that just much better?
uh, I took the Texans because I didn't think Pittsburgh looked that good.
Okay.
So I think Denver's horrible, and they lost the quarterback, and they still had a chance to win that game.
Yes.
Uh, I think I think Ben not being able to move at all is gonna he's gonna be sitting there for JJ just to come and take free shots at him. I think I took the Texans. I think it's a field goal game, not a touchdown game. And I did my best the other day, so I got it at like 4.5
Yeah.
for the Texans. So I took Texans and the points because I do think they didn't look great, but man, Baltimore can make you look bad, and so can Kansas City.
Yeah.
They can make you look bad.
They can make you look real bad. And
Yeah,
that's my problem. I'm like, well,
right.
are the Texans bad? Or are those teams just that much better? Um, I don't know. And
Yeah, we no, we don't know.
yeah,
But my more thing was I don't think Pittsburgh looked that great either. So that was my main. I mean, they're 2-0, but like you said, they just haven't looked great. They look okay. They looked okay. But I thought Ben looked really stiff and stand still this last week. And Texas defensive line is tough, and they really need this win. So I think they're going to at least cover it.
they really do need this win. And
Yeah.
speaking of that, did you hear about the playoff change where only the 1 seed is getting the bye this year? And then
Yeah. There's going to be seven, or an extra playoff team.
yes, and
So yeah, only the one seed gets to buy.
and I'm looking at the Texans. They would say a team. Red Zone said a team that started 0-2 hasn't won the Super Bowl or something like some stat like that. And they were saying this year is going to be different because there is an extra team that can get in. So it's possible this extra team could be good. So like the Texans at 0-2, I mean they're still a good team to me. But again, you're playing a top 10 college team, if we say in college, in the Steelers. So this is 3 back-to-back teams that are probably making the playoffs.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah. I mean, it's tough. I don't know who they met, who is mad at the Houston Texans, but somebody's mad at them because you don't get that kind of schedule.
Yeah, they they got probably the toughest schedule, but you didn't win the Super Bowl.
Right.
so,
Right.
It's not how it's supposed to go. So another team that I don't know if they're good or bad, Jacksonville. They win week 1. Didn't see that coming. And this week they're -3 against the Dolphins. I kind of didn't take this game because I don't know if Jacksonville is good.
Now, I texted you earlier. I think Jacksonville. This is a guarantee.
Guaranteed.
Jacksonville beats Miami. Yeah, Jacksonville beats Miami. I think Jacksonville is really good. They won a big game week 1. They played the heck out of Tennessee, which Tennessee is probably one of those top 10 teams in the league this year. They had a chance to win that game. And they're it's one of those things where, they're talented. They're young, they're talented. They don't know any better. I think Jacksonville's gonna beat Miami.
All right.
That's one of my guarantees this week.
That's one of the guarantees. So
yeah.
My next team.
And I got it at 2.5.
Oh, so
I got him at 2.5. I bet the other day. Now it's up to 3.5 now, I think.
Yeah,
3.
It's at 3. I said after this, I'm gonna drive across the water and place my bets before the spreads change.
Right? Yeah, they do change.
Yeah, I gotta get them while they're hot. So the next team, I don't know if it's good. The Chicago Bears. They have not been favored in 3 games, but they're 2-0. So they're +3.5 to the Falcons, who we just seen blow a lead. And are the Falcons good, or are the Bears good? I don't know.
Here's what I know: the Falcons' offense is dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
They played Seattle in week 1. Scored 4 or 5 touchdowns in that game. They scored 6 or 7 touchdowns against Dallas. Their offense is dynamite. Can the Bears score with them? Because the Falcons are 0-2, but they got outscored both times.
You were saying about the Falcons?
Their offense is amazing. I think they're they lost their 0-2, right? But they scored, like I said, they scored a bunch against Seattle. They scored a bunch against Dallas. I don't know if Chicago can score with them.
Yeah.
I think Seattle and Dallas both have really good offenses, so that's why they lost those games. But they're going to put up 5 or 6 touchdowns. So is Chicago going to be able to put up 4 or 5 touchdowns and to play with them?
Probably not.
So, yeah, I took the Falcons and the point.
I'm going to skip your team for now. And we're going to go to the Las Vegas Raiders versus the New England Patriots. I thought it was a bad call at the end of the game in the Patriots game.
Yeah, you got to run some kind of
read
option, or you got to give them options to run and throw. You can't just run you can't run the same play. They ran that same play like 4 times in the game.
Yeah.
You can't run the same play. You got to slip the tight end out or run the Tebow duck pass or something like that. You can't just run the same play. Yeah.
Now, I blame that on Belichick's never had a running quarterback. So he doesn't know what to call right there. He's just like, I'm going to call this.
Because it worked. It's been working. But, Seattle knows that too. You got to do something different. They sold out. They just sold out. If the tight end would have slipped the block, it would have been wide. They'd been standing in there by himself.
Yeah.
Because the DB just dove at the feet of the lead back. And Cam basically couldn't even dive over because he couldn't get his feet set.
Yep. But if he makes it, they're 2-0.
Yeah.
And coming into this game, I would really be like, I don't know who to pick between the Raiders and the Patriots. But that one loss, I'm looking at the Raiders like, you guys are getting +6.5. I'm going to take that.
I took the Patriots.
You took the Patriots. Oh, we disagree right here.
Yeah, because they're just getting better. They're getting better. They, like the one thing they did, this is all new to all of them. And they're getting better each week. Cam threw the ball like he was Tom Brady back there. I didn't know. I thought Welker was a product of Brady. That kid can play,
Yeah, he can play.
and so
Or
I
is
mean,
their
if you're
system
gonna
just that good for
if
him?
Cam is gonna throw for 330, 340 yards a game, that's gonna be a hard out, man.
Yeah, that's
And the Raiders look good, but the Seahawks didn't have their best receiver. That changes them. It just changes them. They didn't have the
um,
best receiver, so they couldn't dominate the ball like they would normally. Because William Mike would have caught what 10, 12 passes, 14 passes in that game.
yeah.
It changes the game a little
I'm still taking the Raiders.
bit.
Still taking the Raiders. A team with a quarterback you don't believe in. The Los Angeles Rams versus the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen threw for like 400 yards last week.
Yeah,
So I'm staying away from this one too because I like the Bills, but I'm learning that the Rams aren't as bad as I thought they were going to be. So I'm staying away from this. But if I was to pick, I would take the Bills at home.
This was a tough one. I don't think I didn't. This was not on my radar. I didn't take it. I thought the spread was too close. I don't know. The Rams are 2-0 against the NFC East, but that's like the worst.
Yes.
You know what I mean? How bad is that division for real?
It's the worst.
Yeah. Buffalo's 2-0, but I don't know. I don't believe in Josh. I'm just, man. Mr. Allen would throw that ball to anybody at any time in any color jersey. So I didn't pick it. If I was gonna pick, the Rams are going across country, so you got to go with all that stuff right there. I don't think they stayed like the 49ers stayed on the East Coast this time. I don't think the Rams did, so I don't. I would take the Bills, but I didn't take it at all.
And the Rams, not the Rams, the Bills barely beat Miami last week. So that's concerning for me because you should blow them out.
You should.
The Rams did beat the Cowboys. And me and my friend was doing tiers of the teams. And the Cowboys, they're not good, but they can beat people. And so looking at the Rams, I was like, all right, well, the Rams beat them. So that's where my dilemma came, where I was like, I can't pick this because my heart's with the Bills, but putting money on it, I'm going to take the Rams.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we're not on the Cowboys, so I won't go off on the Cowboys. So I'll wait till we get to the Cowboys to go off. To go off on the Cowboys. I would take, like I said, take the Bills just because of where the game is, and that West Coast to East Coast thing, and the Bills at home, and they are looking good. But I don't even know if they know how to be 3-0. So
yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. I mean, Rams defense is solid, man. I don't know. I didn't pick it. I can't tell you.
I'm not gonna actually pick it in my real book.
Allen might, your boy. They ain't gonna be the blocking, man. He might hurt Josh Allen out there.
Yeah.
Donald.
It's gonna be interesting because I feel like that's gonna be a good game. That'd probably be a game I would want to.
Yeah, it's gonna be
watch.
Definitely a game I want to watch.
Yeah. So the next game up, the San Francisco 49ers, who have lost so many people with injuries, and then the New York Giants, who lose Saquon. So it is -4.5 to San Francisco. But is Garoppolo starting? Is he out? I don't know.
Yeah, they haven't named a person.
Mm-hmm.
The field, I think that the 49ers have that turf in their head. They think it's a bad field. Man, but the Giants are just so bad. I took the 49ers.
Yeah, that NFC East. I would take the 49ers too. I was a believer.
Just bad. I mean, it might be 7-0.
Yeah.
But
I'm just not a believer in the Giants. I mean, I can't pick them. They're bad. They're bad.
Especially without
49ers
Saquon.
lost so much.
Especially without Saquon.
Oh, yeah, without Saquon. Like, he's your offense. He's the reason why their quarterback gets to look better. Now he's got to do it all.
Yeah.
Here's an easy one for me. Tennessee Titans versus the Minnesota Vikings. It's
Yeah.
plus 2.5. I'm never taking the Vikings the rest of the year. I don't care who they play. They're bad. They're awful.
They're bad.
And I don't think Vegas respects the Titans. Their spreads have been real close. They run the ball, so they're not going to blow you out.
They're not going to score a lot of points, so they're not going to blow nobody out. That's my other guarantee. The two guarantees I have are Jacksonville and Tennessee. Told you about that. They're going to kill the Vikings. Yeah. They're going to kill the Vikings. They're going to kill the Vikings. Vikings don't have any speed at wide receiver, and so they don't have any. You traded Stephon Diggs for nothing, so you don't have any separation. So they're going to kill the Vikings. They're just going to run them. They're just too big and strong and physical, and by kill, I mean 20-7, but
yeah,
because Tennessee ain't gonna score a lot of points, but they're gonna have the ball for 35, 45 minutes of the game.
Yeah,
they're gonna dominate the game. All right,
and watch this be the week the Vikings show up because I'm against them. I'm like, I'm never picking you. So this is gonna be the week.
They're my second guarantee. Of course they're gonna cover.
You need to make sure to put your guarantees in one parlay because they're all losing.
Oh yeah.
My one of my guarantees would be this game. The Washington football team versus the Cleveland Browns. I don't think Washington's good. And
they're not good.
I don't think the Browns are good also, but they're better than Washington. And the points is 7. That's maybe a little high, but I got to go with Cleveland.
Yeah, I took Cleveland. You can't beat the Washington football team, then they don't have a shot. They don't have a chance. So they have too much talent, man. They have too much talent not to be able to beat the Washington football team by 7 points. So I took Cleveland.
And now here's one of the hardest ones of the weekend. And I don't know who's bad in this game. The Cincinnati Bengals versus the Philadelphia Eagles. I think Cincinnati's not that bad. They could have probably beat Cleveland. The Eagles are terrible.
Yeah, this was tough for me. I'm a Bengals fan, so I don't pick it. But the Bengals have covered both weeks. They're gonna keep playing to the end, so they're not gonna lose by 6.5. It's gonna be a field goal game at the most. The Bengals will have a shot to win or tie the game at the end. They've done it both weeks. It will be no different this week. So, and Philly's bad, man. Philly's they don't have any receivers healthy still. Wentz is worse than Allen in my mind.
I think this is the last week you start Wentz. I think if it's going bad, you're going to.
They're not going to do that. Nah.
You got to.
Nah, he's starting all year.
You lose, you go 0-3. You got to either fire the coach or change the quarterback.
They're not doing that. They pay Wentz. He's playing all year. He might get hurt because he's very, very, very injury prone. But he'll play till he's hurt. And then for Wentz to lose his job, he'll have to get hurt. And then Jalen will have to come in and play well, and then he won't get his job back. Yeah. That's the only way he's going to lose his job. They want Wentz to be the man. So when the owners and the team want him to be the man, they'll just take the losses with him. He still has excuses. He still don't have Alshon Jeffrey. Still don't have what's the fast guy? The receiver.
I don't even remember.
They got in trouble over the summer. Anyway, he's real fast. So he still don't have his receiver. So they have excuses for him. He's bad. I mean, he's a turnover waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Very careless with the ball.
I give him this game. After this game, you might start him game 4, but if it's going bad game for him, you're going to have to pull it.
Well, if you lose to the Bengals, you might lose your job. That's true.
It's a possibility they could lose. You
might if you lose to the Bengals, and they can. The Bengals aren't horrible. They just aren't. They just got to learn how to win. You lose some power there.
You still got a young quarterback. And the Bengals could win that game. And that's why I have to take them. um, to stay in the game. Even my friend who's a Browns fan, he was like, "Hey, the Bengals didn't look that bad." And
No,
so,
the Bengals wasn't bad, man. I mean, everybody talks about how the Browns dominated that game. The Bengals covered
yeah.
6-point spread. You know what I mean? They were in that game. They covered against the Raiders. Now, the Bengals are gonna be in the game.
So,
Both those teams, the Browns and the Raiders, are better than Philadelphia.
yeah, they're both. If either one of them was playing Philadelphia, I'm taking them.
Right,
And
exactly.
so for this game, I was like, I have to take the Bengals, and I got to get it while it's 5.5.
Yeah,
So,
I took the Bengals. I got them at. I think I got them at 6.
so right now, if you was to place $100 bet, you would win 30,000 on the 1 o'clock games. $10 gives you 3,600. That's that. So the 1 o'clock games, I'm gonna delete those, and we're gonna go to the 4 o'clock games.
Well, you know how I did it. I think I took those games. Then I took like the 8 o'clock game because mine was like a $2 bet for like or a dollar. I mean, whatever. It's like 40,000 for a $10 bet.
Oh, that's
Or,
a good bet.
$100 bet. Yeah. So
So
you got to put that. You got to throw that late game in there. So if you cover, if you don't want to get to that late game and be like, I can win all this money on one game, then you just got to go hedge. You got to go hedge.
yeah.
Go the other way. You know what I'm saying?
Let's start there with the late game.
Yeah.
Green Bay Packers, New Orleans Saints, 820. The Packers are +3. I'm taking the Packers. Taking them. I think the Packers are going to the Super Bowl.
I'm taking the Packers. I don't know the Packers are going to the Super Bowl, but I think that the age of these quarterbacks is catching up to them. So I think, like I said, we didn't get to Tampa yet. We talked about these guys just can't. Drew Brees looked old last night.
Mm-hmm.
He looked old, man. He just like he doesn't. He can't get it. He can't get it all into the throw. When they were. I think he showed some signs of getting worse last night, and it doesn't come back like it used to.
Yeah.
And the Packers do look great. Yeah, don't get me wrong. The Packers look great.
They've
and
scored like 40 points.
There's no fans in New Orleans, so it ain't like it's a lot of the things that the road teams would have to go through, like in New Orleans, or you can't really go out to Bourbon Street because it's pandemic.
Yeah.
There ain't no fans at the game, so you ain't got to worry about that. So
no distractions.
No distractions. So the best teams are winning. So yeah, I took the Packers, and three's not a lot.
I am not a big fan of Aaron Rodgers when they talk about him as the greatest. But this year, in the first 2 games, they have scored like 40 points. And they look really good. They look really, really, really good. So I'm definitely taking them over the Saints. I feel like the Saints shouldn't have beat Tampa Bay. So they could be 0-2 right now. And that's why I'm taking the Packers. But you had mentioned Tom Brady and another old quarterback. They play the Broncos. They're the Bucks are -6. I'm gonna take the Bucks.
I took the Bucks because the Broncos lost their quarterback. So and they don't, and they've already lost their best defensive player to start the year. But I'm not. And the Bucks aren't going to the Super Bowl. They don't. They're not that good.
No, they're not going to the Super Bowl.
They're not as good.
They might make the playoffs.
Now, unless they change and then start running, Leonard Fournette a lot, he starts to get 20, 25 carries a game. They got to change their philosophy a little bit and throw the ball like 20 times and run the ball 20, 25 times. They can maybe win that way, but if they're going to bank on Tom throwing the ball 30, 35 times a game, which is what Bruce Arians likes to do. He's a passing guy. He wants to throw the ball 35, 45 times a game. They're not going to win like that. If they give the ball to Fournette, he's a good back.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're going to beat Denver because Denver, they didn't have a good backup. They didn't have a good quarterback in the first place. Their backup, they're not that good. They're gonna cover over Denver.
So here's some for me for sures this week. Los Angeles Chargers versus the Carolina Panthers. I think the Chargers are going to win. I wouldn't take the points, and they're -6.5.
Oh, you have to. I love Teddy. Teddy, my God.
Yeah.
They lost Christian McCaffrey, though, man. They're the Giants. They lost their whole offense. He's their whole offense. He's the leading receiver and the leading runner.
But the Chargers don't have their quarterback. And I feel
their backup's better.
He
backup's
played well.
better.
He almost beat the Chiefs.
Yeah, he's better. Now, the Chiefs didn't have any tape on him. They know anything about him.
Yep.
So that makes a difference. And and Carolina's going to get tape on him, get to look at him this week. But
he himself gets a whole week to prepare also.
Yeah, and he didn't know he was starting either. He walked out there and they're like, "You're starting." He's like, "What?"
Yeah. I gotta have my helmet.
Right. Yeah, somebody go get my helmet. This ain't even my helmet. Right. Yeah. So. Yeah, I think I love Teddy, man. I didn't want him to be in this situation, but man, it's they're and plus Carolina might be new head coach. They're starting to get those what's your boy's name in Clemson? They're trying to get those eyes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just like you said, I believe in Teddy. I don't feel like he should have left New Orleans. Just stay there and be the next. But when they lost Christian McCaffrey, I was like, man, this is going to be a struggle for him. But it's probably a good thing because now it's on him to play well. But I don't see them beating the Chargers. Especially the Chargers is coming in hyped up like we could have beat the Chiefs.
Right.
So there's moral victories, and their moral victory is we could have beat the Chiefs. So this week, let's go out there and play that good and get this win this time.
Yeah.
My next for sure, and I can't believe I'm saying this, it's the Colts over the Jets. Because the Colts week 1, I said I'll never pick them again. But the Jets are probably the worst team in the NFL. It's 10.5. That's kind of high. But Phillip Rivers has played well both weeks. I think they're winning this.
Yeah, they're going to win the game. I'm pretty sure I didn't pick it because I don't like going 11-point spreads in the NFL. But the Jets are horrible, man.
They're bad.
They lost. They don't have their running back. They don't have Bell. They traded their best receiver. They're just, I don't know what these teams thinking, man. They traded their best receiver to Carolina. The Bills traded their best receiver. The Vikings traded their best receiver.
Texans
what are you thinking, man? The Texans traded their best receiver. What are you thinking? I mean, those guys are not dime a dozen. You can't just pick those guys up anywhere.
And it's showing for a lot of these teams.
It is. It changes your game. It changes everything. Yeah, the Jets are bad. Bad.
They're bad.
They're bad. There's a big there are definitely some. The NFL is usually very, very equal, but it's trending right now, almost like the NBA. You got your haves and your have-nots.
Yeah,
and it's trending bad that way. You got 3 or 4 or 5 teams that just have no shot sometimes, and it's never like that in it. I mean, there might be 2 0-16 teams this year.
Yeah,
we only have 1 in the history. You might have 2 this year.
Then. So we're talking about bad teams. I don't think this is a bad team, but they're losing. And I'm going to pick against them. And that's the Detroit Lions against the Arizona Cardinals, who had no faith in. And after they beat the 49ers, I was like, that's a fluke. Then they win the next week. And I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
Kyler Murray kid is great. And
but they beat the Washington football team.
Yeah, but Washington had won the week before. So they're coming in
they
like,
beat the Eagles.
Yeah. But
it's all relative. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing about the schedule. You got, you can't just go by wins and losses. You got to go by who we beat and who we lost. Yeah. Like those 3 teams right there we just named. I don't think they're better than the Texans, and the Texans are 0-2.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Because of who you play. So I like the Lions. I like surprised.
the Lions too. I like
I'm
the Lions.
surprised they're 0-2. I really am. I thought they got some talent. I like the Lions, but I'm impressed with Jamal Murray though. I mean, I just don't. Tyler Murray.
Yeah,
I'm impressed, man. I'm really impressed.
that
He's
was
tough.
your that was your LeBron hate coming out for Jamal Murray.
Yeah. Nothing there. Wrong league.
But they got the Texans receiver, and so they got somebody to throw to, and this
Yeah, they
kid
do.
can
Yeah,
scramble.
they got Hopkins. Yeah.
But the Lions is like the Texans to me. You're 0-2, but I think you're better than that. But when I think that, it's always been bad for me. You're really 0-2. So I have to start looking at them like they're really 0-2. It might be time to move on and say, all right, we're going to start rebuilding now. But I took Arizona.
I don't know who said it. Somebody said it, and it's I mean, you are what your record is. So I mean, that's that's a lot of times when we try to make teams what they are and what they are not. But if you're 0-2, you're 0-2. I mean, that's just reality.
You're 0-2. You're about to be 0-3 because Arizona's probably winning that.
But isn't that like a 6.5 point, 7-point game?
5.5 now.
5.5.
Yeah, I got to take that for Arizona. It's a touchdown.
Yeah, it's a touchdown. I'm so afraid Kyler Murray gonna get hit one time and be done though.
Yeah, he's a little dude.
Man, he looks little out there, don't he?
Yeah, he looks so small. I was like, he's 5'6". That's why he was playing baseball, because he's short.
Yeah.
So my other for sure is the Seattle Seahawks versus the Dallas Cowboys. I'm taking the Seahawks. I don't believe in the Cowboys. I love Russell Wilson. They're winning that game, and it's 5 points.
Right. Well, I have the Seahawks winning the NFC and going to the Super Bowl. Seahawks Russell got some receivers. I mean, for the last 5 or 6 years, we've been like, Russell's out there by himself. Now he's got a good back. He's got a couple good receivers. Seahawks can play.
Yeah, they can play. Should have lost though. Should have lost to the Patriots. Call it better play.
Yeah. I mean, you get down to third and goal from the goal line, and
yeah.
But the Patriots are solid, man. The Patriots are solid. I'll tell you, they're getting better. I'm taking the Seahawks over Dallas because Dallas did lose. I mean, they did everything but lose the game.
Yeah,
they did lose to the Falcons, so we wouldn't even be. They'd be 0-2, and I mean, they should be 0-2 if the guy falls on the ball.
That's it.
And we wouldn't even be having this conversation. We were talking about firing they'd be firing the coach or firing the offensive coordinator today.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Be like, man, McCarty, he's not doing well.
Well, actually what it is they kept Kellen Moore. They kept the offensive coordinator.
Okay.
So McCarty would be like, nah, he's gone.
Yeah.
We're going to do my offense. We're not going to do your offense. It doesn't work. Okay. So my Dallas rant. I want to go up on Dallas.
Okay.
Here's Dallas's problem. They're trying to do it all. You can't be like there's balanced teams and there's balanced teams, but you can't be even balanced teams. They either have a good passing game and then a running back, or you have a good running game and you can throw the ball. Dallas is trying to be a great running team with a great passing game.
Yes.
You gotta pick one. You can't have 3,000-yard receivers and 1,000-yard back. You're not playing flag football. You got to either give the ball to Ezekiel Elliott and then let everybody else just play off that, or you got to throw the ball 50 times a game.
Yeah.
You can't do both, either or. So in my problem, they have two. They're trying to do too much.
Right.
And that's their problem because they don't know what they are.
Yeah.
They don't know if they're Ezekiel Elliott team or if they're Dak Prescott team.
Well, they're trying to be the Cowboys that won the Super Bowl where you had Emmett and Michael.
That was a different game.
Yeah.
That was a different game.
It's a different league now. Because if you look at like the Chiefs, they're not a running team. We know they're a passing team.
But they can run the ball.
They can.
Right.
But I can't name their running back.
Right. Right. You got to pick one. You can't be in the middle. And they're stuck in the middle. And that's what they try to do. They're trying to be both, and that gets them in trouble. I mean, some of Dak's best games ever or when they've been way behind, they just had to throw the ball.
Yeah.
Like he did this week. I mean, it's the second or third time he's had huge numbers like that. It's because they get behind, and then they say, all right, we got to let Dak throw the ball. Well, just let Dak throw the ball.
Right.
And trade Zeke or something. I mean, you don't, if he's not happy, because you can't do both.
Right.
You can't do both. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to be a Tom, like, the Packers throw the ball, but they can run.
Yeah. Can't
right?
name their running back, though.
Huh?
Can't name their
well,
running
I
back.
can because his name is Aaron.
Okay.
He got the same name as, right. But, right, you don't know him. Right. Yeah. And it's a different guy like 3 years in a row.
Because he's going to get 100 here, 100 there, but he's not. They're a passing team with a running back.
They're a passing team with a good back. Yeah. Right. Is Dallas a pass team or a run team?
They should be a run team, but they throw a lot.
And that's fine. That's fine if you're going to be a run team. But then but you can't try to throw the ball. But give him the ball 25 times a game. You can't be a run team giving him the ball 16, 17 times a game.
Right.
And you got to stick to it. Tennessee's a running team.
Oh, they definitely are a running team.
They feed him. They're going to feed him the ball. They're going to give him the ball. We don't care if you got 8 in the box. We're still giving him the ball.
We're going to make sure he gets the ball and then pass when we need to.
Right.
And so,
pass when we have to. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and that's what Dallas kind of does, though. What it reminds me of? Everybody won't get this, but it was Charlie Strong when Teddy was here.
Mm-hmm.
Run the ball on first and second, only throw it on third. Dak ain't that quarterback. He's not like that. He misses those guys like that. But when Dak gets to throw the ball on first, second, and third, he gets in a rhythm.
Mm-hmm.
But when he's throwing the ball only on third down, only on tight situations, they punt a lot. And then that's why, when Louisville, when Charlie was here, we had Teddy would make those sometimes,
Yes.
He'd get those third downs, and get those third downs, and get those third downs. And that's what Dak can't do. And that's what Dallas is trying to make him do. But he can't do that. But if you let Dak throw the ball 30 times a game, then he's all right. He gets in a rhythm.
Yeah.
So
two teams that have how they play down is the Monday night game. This is probably the AFC Championship. Kansas City Chiefs versus the Baltimore Ravens. I didn't take this game, but if I was to pick it, I'm taking the Chiefs. It's +3.
I'm taking the Ravens.
Taking the Ravens.
I didn't take it though.
Oh.
No, they're not my parlay. No. I did not take that. Mainly because of the history. I think I don't think Lamar's beaten. I don't think they've beaten the Chiefs yet. I think they're 0-2. Well, it's only 2 years, but I think they're 0-2 against the Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
You just can't. That guy, man, if you're gonna beat the Chiefs, you got to beat them.
Right.
You got to be up 2 scores, 3 scores in the fourth quarter. You can't keep them around. But the Chiefs they're kind of getting a little like days ago. We're
defending champ syndrome.
We're defending champ syndrome, right? And they did it last year. They went through a little lull. They lost a couple games, and after they won a couple, they lost a couple, and then they went on a 9-10 game run, and then went to the Super Bowl. So, and that's what they do. And it's hard to stay focused for 16 weeks. Lamar now.
I think that game last week.
They're gonna push. I got Lamar them pushing 16-0.
I don't have that.
They're gonna be close to it.
I think that game last week woke the Chiefs up, and they're gonna show up this week. You're gonna see the Super Bowl Chiefs this week because this is a big game, and you got to prove last week was a fluke, and you just wasn't in it. But this week, I think they're gonna blow the Ravens out. I think it's not even gonna be close.
No, I disagree. I think it's gonna be more. I think it was in different philosophies. I think they come out of last week going, see, we can win at any time. We don't really got to turn it on. And they're going to come out with that same kind of lackadaisical thing this week going, we'll turn it on. We'll turn it on. And it ain't going to be there.
Oh, see, that's why we picking different here. You're
Right,
like,
right,
oh, they're
right, yeah.
coming out
Right.
motivated, and you're like, no, the Ravens is coming out motivated, and they're coming out not motivated.
Yeah,
So,
I don't think Kansas City. I think they have. They still don't have that. They haven't had any. That's what they do. We get down, we come back. They believe in it now. What that they
yeah,
do the 2 playoff games.
yep,
You know what I'm saying? Then they did it last week. They're like, why would they change their motivation? They can do it. They think they can. They're not going to change their motivation until they don't do it.
yeah,
That's my philosophy. And I think Lamar and them going to come out and they play Lamar and them. I think they intentionally last week ran the ball down the throat, and then the week before, the first week they threw the ball, letting everybody know we can do whatever we want to when we want to. I think they're the most motivated team because they don't want Lamar to lose another playoff game.
yeah.
So they're the most motivated team. They might not win the Super Bowl, but they were definitely. I don't think they're going to lose. I thought Cleveland, teams like Cleveland, good running backs that can just pound them, they destroy Cleveland. So I just thought, that's, I don't know if they play Tennessee this year. I think they're going to beat the Chiefs. It's the first playoff game of the season. I get that first big matchup. I think they're still ready for the Chiefs. And I think the Chiefs just believe, we can win at any time.
I'm taking the Chiefs on this one. Can't.
But I'm not betting. So I'm not betting the game. I'm gonna watch it.
I wouldn't bet it. I'll watch it.
I mean, I'll probably bet it Monday night. I'm not putting it on my parlays. Let me put it that way.
Thankfully, I can't. If it Monday night and I was in Indiana, I'd be betting the game.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm gonna leave that out my parlay because that can go either way.
It can.
And that's too dangerous to have in the parlay.
It is.
But you would hedge it just in case.
Well, yeah, if it's in my parlay, it's going to be the last game of an 8-19 parlay. And I really don't care who I pick because I'm going to pick the other one if I get to that point. Yeah. It's exactly what I do. I just say, all right, give me the Chiefs. And then when it came down to it, I go put $100 on, or $200 on the Ravens on Monday. And then I'm going to win either way. I'm either win $4,000 or $200.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Now, if you just did the 4:00 games, the 8:00 game, and the Monday night, $100 would get you 8,000, and a $10 gets you 800. Now, my question is, what is your actual parlay that you're doing?
My actual parlay. Hold on. Computer logged off.
Oh, you're fine. I wonder who my actual, because I have to drive over there tonight and pick this. I'm definitely taking Seattle, Arizona, but they're at 425. So I might make 2 separate parlays. I might actually do a 1:00 and a 4:00 parlay.
All right. Well, I'll do that. All right. I got 12 teams in this parlay.
Okay.
I took Jacksonville. I got them at -2.5.
All right.
I took the Bengals.
Oh, okay. Points or for the win?
I took them points.
Okay.
I took the Texans at 4 even. This says I took the Bears.
Okay. It's like
I must have been. I took the Raiders.
The Raiders?
Yeah. Look at me now. I took the Cleveland Browns. Hold on now. I took. We got Tennessee Titans.
Okay.
The Chargers. The Seahawks. The Packers. The Buccaneers. And the Cardinals.
feel like that is gonna be my exact bet. So
Is it real?
$10 gets you $23,000. You got to make that. I mean, the most dangerous team. The Patriots could ruin that. And the Falcons could ruin it. See, that's what I'm saying. It's so tough this week.
Yeah. Well,
but you got to make it. $10 for.
Yeah, I'm afraid of the Patriots. And I'm afraid of the Falcons. The rest of it is pretty cool, I think.
A $2 bet gets you so much. That's crazy.
Yeah, I did $2 bet gets you $4,000, 4,100, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, who can't bet? Why wouldn't you not bet $2?
Right.
For $4,000.
That's crazy. That's actually crazy. I'm gonna put $2 on that. Well, I appreciate it. I said we're gonna do a college. I'm thinking I might do that live from Dave's house, so I can gamble while I'm doing it.
Really?
Yep.
Let's do it.
I'm pretty much taking all the favorites for the SEC that week.
Yeah, I got a college one, man. 15-team parlay. Gonna pay me $15,000 for a $2 bet.
Really? All right. Yeah, we definitely gonna have to talk about that. 15 teams. That gives me a reason to watch. I don't know if I had 15 teams. I only had like 6, maybe. I guess I need to look at it. Did you pick the Louisville-Pittsburgh game?
I did take the Cardinals.
See. You're gonna lose.
Maybe I did.
But
no, they're not on my parlay. I didn't take them.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you can't bet on your own team.
No, that's why I didn't.
I want to thank you again. It's week 3, but it's episode 4 for us.
Right, episode 4.
And yeah, I'm definitely thinking college live. See how it goes. But I want to thank everybody for watching. Thanks, Coach, again. And good night.